Hey, what's up, YouTube? I am finally trying to start a podcast. So, once I get everything really set up, then you guys can actually start subscribing to me. But I mean, I kind of wanted to come on here and I really wanted to just talk about YouTube and just, why everything is happening the way it is happening. Like, it's not like anybody out here actually appreciates what's going on. Like, none of us enjoy the lives that we are living. You can ask anybody out on the streets if they actually enjoy their lives, if they're completely okay with the world that they're living in. And when you look at the inflation, nobody even complains. You look at people like P. Diddy that have gotten like away with rape and murder and all types of shit. Everybody just looks away now. I mean, that dude is literally the demon king because he was able to get away with just giving away, with just with giving away people, giving people $50 million just to sleep with them. That's how much money this dude had. That's how much power this guy had. And because people like, Meek Mill, people like Usher, even, and Will Smith and Jay-Z, like these are huge people who he was associated with who all just knelt to him, really. And it was all because he was working with the federal government, which is insane. Like nobody even questions this shit. And when you're at that level, when you have that type of money to literally spend it all on your penis, and then you can also sit there and just, gather dirt on everybody, who's to take out the CIA in this situation? Who's to take out the FBI in this type of situation? It's fucked up on every corner. And when you check out 2025, the conservatism plan and how they want to keep everything traditional, I'm not even sure whether or not I'm with it or against it entirely. It's not like I want to be with it. It's not like I want to be against it. Because these, lately we've been dealing with such an ambiguous perspective, like on life. Like the truth is so malleable out here. Like it is so manipulative because of how crazy the internet lies, how crazy the media lies to everybody. It's insane. And when people come out and they talk about this stuff, they always get shut down. I mean, we are literally entering a generation that will permit rape. We are entering a generation that will permit murder and theft and robbery and alcohol use and drug abuse. Like, we're literally entering an era that will do that simply because our generation doesn't want to give a fuck. And it all started with LGBTQ people who would come out there and say that it's okay for us to be sexually ambiguous. When in all reality, there is nothing natural about that. Nothing natural about that at all. And you do need psychological help. Because to jump to that type of conclusion that, oh, you were just born in the wrong body, is completely absurd. And I don't even know why everybody sat down and just listened to them, because it's not like they were ever making sense. Ever. And it's crazy because even when I go around and I talk to people like family members, when I talk to friends, every single one of them are always trying to be quiet about shit. And we can't be quiet anymore. We're entering a world of war. And nobody even seems to care. Everybody just wants to sit on their phones, laugh, and jack off, essentially. And drink. And I mean, it is so lousy out here. We genuinely need like some type of hacker to hack all of the fucking internet and shut it down for like a year. That would literally be the only way we would be able to actually come back to humanity, because people genuinely just don't know how to put their phones down, how to just live life to the fullest. They live life to the least. They live it all entirely centered around their phones because you can talk to anybody on there. It's like the biggest communication device, but it's unhealthy because we depend on it so intently. Maybe, no, intensely. We depend on it so intensely for the sake of humor, for the sake of communication. for the sake of, just basic entertainment and a way to make money. And it's not okay anymore. People are literally willing to put money over human life. They're willing to put money over human conduct. They're all willing to pay you to keep your mouth shut. They all want you to just keep your mouth shut. And if you submit to them, are you even human? Are you even a person anymore? Because come next year, you won't be. Come next year, you're literally going to be nothing more than a slave. And there won't be shit you can do about it because everybody just sat back and watched the US collapse rather than talking about it, rather than speaking the truth. There are people like Candace Owens out there that do nothing but spit fucking facts. There are people out there like, I genuinely don't even know who else. I can't really think of anybody else off the top of my head because I genuinely I'm not in the media like that, I prefer face-to-face interactions. I prefer boring ass conversations with people. I legitimately do. Just because it's like, oh, well, I'm glad I'm able to hear you, I mean, at least you actually give a shit about me. But it's too much to be out here trying to entertain everybody. And all everybody ever wants to do is argue about who's right versus who's wrong. And the truth be told, the whole point of an argument is to get down to a fucking compromise. It's to get down to an agreement so that both sides can leave happy. But it's so shitty out here. It is so shitty out here. And everybody knows it, but nobody wants to do anything about it. Like, you haven't given up yet. You can sit there and say you've given up after you're dead, after you've actually put a bullet in your head, after you decided to slit your throat or your wrists and bled out. That's when you can say you've truly given up. But as long as you live and breathe, somewhere within you, you're going to wake up and you're going to want to fight this fight. It doesn't matter who you are. Because at the end of the day, we're all humans. We shouldn't be sitting here arguing about who's invalid, unless they're like a rapist, unless they're like murderers. Those are like those are like the extremes, or they're like human traffickers, or, even drug dealers, because all of that stuff, it destroys the livelihood. Nothing about this world is alive anymore. And all the shady shit men and women do to each other, it's like, we need to understand how to redefine love. Because in my jurisdiction, love is to put one person over the entire world. Love is to know that you would die for this person. That's what love means to me. And that's probably not your definition for it, and you're probably looking at me like I'm crazy, but I've never even been in a relationship. And you might be saying I'm crazy for that too, but I'm actually pretty fucking smart, because how many times did you get your fucking heart broken? How many times did you get cheated on, or somebody stole some shit from you? It's not easy to find somebody who will actually care about you wholeheartedly and for the long run, which is the whole point in dating, because it is so easy to lose yourself in this world. That's why you need to find a solid person, a solid character that will actually sit down and ensure your well-being. Like, I know this world it's chaotic and it's not going in the right direction, but I'll never sit here and say that it's lost, because we're aware of all the wrongdoings. We're aware of everything that is horrible. And it's not too late to start making things right again. It'll never be too late for that, no matter how deep or how severely bad everything gets. So, have some faith in humanity.